All right, hi there. I'm going to take you through the stretches, the 4 basic stretches. We have the side stretch, the standing lunge stretch, the lunge stretch, and the L stretch. Those are our 4 basic stretches. They really work our hips and help us get stronger through our hip girdle and through our legs. We really need that for our martial arts. So not only strength, but also flexibility. We're working both at the same time in this sequence of stretches. So the first stretch is the side stretch. This one, I want you to imagine I'm on a straight line, so like a balance beam going out between my feet. The balance beam isn't going this way, it's going this way, and both my feet are on it. So if I slide my foot out to the side, it's going to slide out on the balance beam. So right now, I'm going to slide my foot straight out to the side. I'm going to take my right foot. So your left foot, start on your left side first, so you can be mirror image to me, okay? So my right foot is going to slide out, and my knee is slightly bent, and then I'm going to turn and face that direction. I'm not facing all the way that way. I'm facing sort of over this way, kind of at an angle, okay? And in this position, I'm now going to bend my front knee so that my knee is above my heel. I want this to have a straight line from my knee to my heel. I don't want my foot back and my knee here, where my knee is jutting forward. I want to have my knee above my heel. It can be a little tiny bit behind the heel, but now I'm not stretching if it's too far back. So you do have to be mindful of where your knee is. Above the heel is where you want it, ideally, okay? The back leg is straight, the knee is straight, the foot is on the floor, all my toes are on the floor, so don't let your foot roll, don't let your knee sag down. Okay, you want to keep that straight. And then I want to feel like my hips are being pulled sideways apart. So this knee is pushing that way, and this leg I'm pushing down into that calf. And I can feel a stretch in the side and the back of my calf, okay? So this is what we want in our side stretch. We do this stretch on both sides. So just switch to the other side, just sort of come up a little bit and switch to the other side and reverse it on this side. So now your knee is above the heel. And you want to have your posture upright. So make sure that you're up. You don't want to lean back into it, and you don't want to lean forward into it. And certainly you don't want this, because if now I'm leaning on this, I'm not stretching. There's very little stretch happening here at all, okay? So you want your torso up. I like to use my hands in a double guard. The other place you can put your hands is on your hips. So either place, hips or double guard, okay? Both are good for this stretch. So again, this back leg is straight. I'm thinking about pushing the knee back and keeping my foot flat on the floor, dropping this knee, my hips down. This knee is bent. This leg is quite parallel to the floor. You're going to feel it in your quadricep muscle. You might be able to see in the video that my quadricep muscle is bulging up, okay, because it's working here. This is not stretching. This is working. This is stretching. I'm stretching through the hip flexor. So I'm stretching from the knee up the front here, and that is through the front of my hip flexor, and I'm stretching this back calf here. Okay, so this leg is strengthening, this leg is stretching. My hips are pulling apart, so I'm getting a stretch between the hips. My torso can stay sort of forward on this. I don't need to face that wall. Okay, I can stay side, so it's going sideways. Okay, so if we did that on both sides again, this would be my position. Okay, this is the side stretch. The next stretch is the standing lunge stretch. The standing lunge stretch we get to from the side stretch position most easily, but you can get to it from any position. Okay, so I'm going to go back out into that side stretch, and now to do the standing lunge, I lift my back heel and drop my knee and turn and face sideways. So now I'm fully facing the wall over there. Before, for the side stretch, I'm facing kind of this way, and my hips are more toward you, okay? But now when I do my lunge, my standing lunge, I turn my hips. See how they turn? And I drop. So the knee comes close to the floor. Now my knee is on the floor. Now it's just above. This knee is bent. Again, the knee above the heel. My posture's up. My hands can be in a double guard. My hands can be on my hips. Both are fine. Posture up. Don't lean forward. Okay, stay up. And then we switch to the other side and drop. Okay, so this is our standing lunge stretch. Dropping the hip, posture up, knee above heel, knee aimed at the floor, very close to the floor. I'm on the floor. Right there it's touching. Right now I'm above. Okay, heel is up, ball of the foot's on the floor in the back. Okay, so that's our standing lunge stretch. So So we have side stretch, standing lunge. The next one is the full lunge. I'm going to do this one from two sides here. I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see the two angles, okay? So the first one, so I would go out, say I go out this side, I'm in side stretch, and then I'm in standing lunge stretch. And now when I go to my full lunge, which means my hands are going to go to the floor, I'm putting my hands on the inside of my front foot. So my hands go here. My fingers and my toes are all facing that way, towards that wall. And my palms and my heel are kind of on the same line. If you're more flexible, you might be able to put your foot forward. But what you don't want with this stretch is you don't want the foot back and the knee jutting forward. This is really bad for your knee. It's very important when we're doing these stretches to keep the knee above the heel, our head up, our hips down. I should be able to tap my toes on that front foot, okay? Look at my back leg. My knee is down, almost on the floor. My heel is up. My head is up. And my back is sort of like a ski slope. It goes downhill from my head to my knee. That's what you want on this stretch. And then I'm going to walk this over to the other side. So you just come up and you just walk your hands over. And then you can go to the other side. So again, when I put my hands, I want them on this line of my heel to the inside. I don't want to straddle my leg. If I straddle my leg with a hand on each side, my leg is in the way of my stretch. It hits me in the chest. I want my shoulders and my arms on the inside so that I can drop low. All right, that's your goal. Again, you want to be able to tap those toes. All right, very good. I'm going to come up. My heater just came on, so I'm going to just pause for a moment.